Okay, so we're continuing graphing this trig function that we had from the previous page. So I wrote, or the previous video, so I rewrote it. F of x equals 4 plus cosecant of 1 minus 5 pi over 4x. I found the vertical asymptotes already, so I just copied that info down. I found the period was 8/5. The phase shift was 4 over 5 pi. This is all on the previous video. The vertical shift is up 4. And it's a cosecant. Okay, so this dotted line is kind of like the center horizontal line of it. It's not an asymptote, it's just sort of where the thing is vertically, where it's centered. Okay, I have to write in the asymptotes, which were at 4 over 5 pi minus 4/5 k. I just put in 0 for k, so that gives me 4 over 5 pi. And then I just put in 1 for k and 2 for k and minus 1 for k and on the calculator and figured out where those were. And that's how I got those vertical lines, okay? It's not magic. Of course, they should be evenly spaced if you do it correctly. And then I get this graph. I know the basic shape, and you could throw it on your calculator to get the basic shape. It's just that you need to know where the asymptotes are exactly, right? And you're not going to get that off the graph because it's, like one of the asymptotes is at 4 over 5 pi. You're not going to get that off the graph, right? On the calculator, I mean. So, yeah, so why did I do negative 0.5? Well, that's approximately halfway between these two asymptotes. I figured out what the asymptotes were and then just averaged the two numbers. Gives me halfway, I'm sorry, which ones did I do? Yeah, it gets me halfway between them, and then that's that approximately negative 0.15. And so I plugged that in. Where is it? Can't get this thing to go where I want. There we go. So I plugged this number in. It was halfway between the two numbers I got for these. And then the output came out to be at 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that's how I got that point. And so that's how I know this goes up. See the asymptotes. So this goes up there, and then you go down 1 on the next one, and you go down, and then you just repeat that pattern. Okay, so that's why I did that 1 point, is to figure out. I didn't know if this was up here or if this one was down here. So I just put that in to figure out which one it was. Okay, so that was kind of a difficult one. If you found that a bit confusing, that's not surprising. You might have to go through it a few times to try to understand what I was doing. And go through the examples in the book and do some of the homework problems. They might make them a little bit easier, maybe. Maybe.